Scott,
Hello.
hi there. I need to get on visually. Let's see here. Start video. There we go.
There she is.
There we go. Hi there, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. So Scotty, we figured out that Phillips never purchased a lot.
Okay. What
They
did they
never-
do? Did they call you today?
No, I got from Hannah, apparently he sent a lot application in. Where
Okay.
he got it, I don't know, because I don't remember.
I think I would have emailed that to him.
Okay. So anyway, I never met him. They never showed up at the, or, you know, so I have no idea what they're trying to do. I mean,
Okay. They didn't call you?
no, they didn't call. No. I'll check with Hannah to see if they sent a check in with the application.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
But other than that, then we'll have to figure out what, you know, meet them out there or whatever.
Yeah.
So, do you know if they're on island now or not?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I know.
You know, it's weird, you know, how strange this whole process is sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hey, Hannah.
that was my across the street neighbors who accidentally were sold a lot that had already been sold, but that's all been resolved, right?
Yes, that was the Wendon, the one, your neighbor on. Yeah.
They're on the corner of my street in Westchester. They're
Yes,
under
exactly.
one Westchester.
Yeah, he was apparently, or he and she were here for Thanksgiving
Yes,
on island. So
yeah, I saw them and talked to them a couple of times.
yeah. Oh, really? Oh, so you know them?
I do, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Well, did they mention the
No,
issues?
I said that I was aware that they'd purchased a lot, and they said yes very cheerfully. They didn't mention any difficulties at all.
Oh, good. Yeah, I know. That was, yeah. Hi, Hannah. So let's see, we're missing Barbara and Lee.
Ellen, I'm here, but I can't get my camera to open.
Oh, no.
Get a Mac, Lee.
I'm not sure what the problem is.
Huh. Okay, well, we do have a quorum.
Alan, before we start, may I ask you to keep notes?
Sure.
Because I'm not as well equipped as normal.
Okay. How are you feeling, Lee?
Not as well as I'd hoped.
Bummer. When did you get back on island?
Friday.
No.
We're
Well,
really happy to have you.
Thank you all.
yeah. Okay, well, it's 3:00 and I'll call the meeting of the Nantucket Cemetery Commission to order for Wednesday, December 9th. I declare we have a quorum present. And first item of business is public comment. Seeing none. We'll move on to approval of the minutes from November 18th. And I attached a copy of those, another copy, when I sent out the reminder this morning. Any errors, omissions, corrections, or comments about the minutes?
Yes, thanks to Hannah and Fran, I was able to supply a couple more addresses.
Oh, yes.
And
Good.
so the final version will show those additions.
Good. Okay.
Hi, Barbara.
Hey,
Hi,
Hi,
Barbara.
Barbara.
sorry I'm a little late.
That's all right. Hey, I want you to sign my book. I bought the new one, and I always like to get signatures from the authors whenever I can. So
I'd love to.
great. Well, we'll just have to figure out when we're going to be in the same place at the same time. So good.
Easy.
You guys are on the fast track for the virus vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. let's
Faster
see.
than me. I figure by June.
Expecting anything before 4th of July at the earliest.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Hmm.
October.
Yeah, right. Me too. There it is.
Alan, I'm going to try and cure this problem by cutting out and then coming back in again.
Okay.
Alan, are you up off Boulevard?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could stop by any day. Just,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We live close.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. Let's see. I see town committee is still here, but still no visual.
Is that Lee is town
Wait a
committee?
minute. Here's Hannah. Hannah? Okay. So you say at the bottom of the screen. Oops, Hannah.
I'm sorry, Alan, hold on. My building is testing their fire alarm. So if you bottom at the top, there should be a red.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So if you could just repeat that to the group so no one thinks I'm ignoring them and just keep an eye on my
Okay, great. Thanks, Hannah. Right. Bye-bye. Sorry for the interruption. That was Hannah calling me on the phone. There's a chat button at the bottom of your screen. And if you need to converse with Hannah or whatever, that's how you do it. Check on the screen. Apparently they're testing, who knows what, they're testing fire alarms or something out at the DPW today. So, okay. Where are we? Approval of minutes from November 18th. Any comments on the minutes? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the
I will
18th.
move to approve the minutes.
Okay, second.
Second, one of the seconds.
Okay. Let's see. All in favor? Aye.
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 Fran?
Aye.
Yeah.
Let's see. So.
Lee would have you do a roll call.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Actually,
Yeah, okay.
we've done a roll call for membership.
Great. All right, roll call. Scotty?
Yes, here. Aye.
Here and I. So we have two of them. Fran?
Here and I.
Here and I. Okay, Barbara?
Aye.
Okay, yeah, and you're here also. So,
I am.
and Lee?
Aye.
Great. And chair votes aye and is also present. Okay, policies for approving monument applications and establishing a permanent record and so on. We had another very unusual experience in that Scotty was contacted by someone who wanted to carve a stone for Pulpa Cemetery. And it turns out that they don't have a lot in Pulpa Cemetery. They never, hi, Ken.
Hi, the
Welcome.
email that you sent out earlier today didn't let me connect, so I called Erica and she sent me the new one to be able to connect to you.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't on yours, Alan. It was on Hannah's. The link was on
Oh,
Hannah's.
yeah, right. It was, oh, I'm sorry. I forwarded, that's, oh. Okay, I think I forwarded the wrong one. That's,
You must have, because it didn't do anything.
it didn't do anything. Okay, well, I had that problem. I tried to get into the Civic League meeting the other day and I didn't have a password. And before I smashed my computer, I just gave up and said, forget it. I have to skip
Oh,
that.
but Alan, you were missed.
I know, I heard from Charlie. He said that he commented on the article in magazine. So, anyway, I was sorry to miss it. You know, it's very rare that I ever miss a meeting of a committee, particularly as chair. Okay, so the review process. So as I say, Scotty received an inquiry about putting a stone out at Pulpus. And there were like 3 names on it or something like that. Turns out that they never purchased a lot in Pulpus. So, so anyway, this all just came about yesterday. So I'm not sure just how they went about getting Scotty's number. You know, they contacted Scotty. Scotty sent him the form for the monument, thinking that they had a lot and so on.
And
So,
I've made the monument. And
Oh,
they're hoping that I put it in mid-December. So naturally, I assume they had a plot. So I guess that's the first question you ask.
yeah, well, exactly. You know, I mean, it's so weird
Yeah.
that they, you know, there would be absolutely no contact with anyone apparently, other than Scotty. You know,
But
now
now you know how to contact them back, right?
Yes, and I've sent them all the forms they need for interment, for to buy a lot, and for their headstone approval. So they
Right.
do have all the paperwork.
Right. So at this point, I have an application that was forwarded by Hannah, and I don't believe that they sent a check. Let me just check in chat and see.
What name are they going under, Alan? Is it
Phillips. Yeah, William Higby Phillips is the name on it. Okay. So Hannah, if you can hear me, we don't know whether they attached a check to that application. I did notice that there seemed to be an awful lot of names and everything on the monument. Is it?
Alan, sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt. Hannah just says a check was included.
Oh, the check was included.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there any?
Alan, if you click on the chat button, you'll have the chat on the right side of your screen and you can see what Hannah's saying
Okay,
back.
yeah, right. I got it. I just got it there. Okay, Scotty, town committee. Check. Yeah, check was included. Now, the question is, what lot? Because they never came out to the cemetery to pick a lot or anything like that. So I do have a phone number. I have a local phone number and a Quincy phone number. So I'll contact Mr. Phillips and see see what they have in mind for a lot. Now, Scotty, did the all the names and everything, did they fit on the right size stone?
So considering it's a multiple name stone and our maximum size is 12 by 24, where that would bridge 2 plots or whatever.
Right.
I did do it. It looks like this.
Okay. Yeah, I have a copy of that here on the form that they sent.
Okay, and that is that's a 12-inch by 24-inch
12 by
flat
24.
marker in the ground.
Okay.
My last correspondence with them, he said E20 would be all right, but I'm sure he just threw a dart at the board there.
Let me just look on my list here. Okay, I show E20 as being available.
So I just think if you're going to call them, you should just say E20 is available and we
Yeah,
can
okay.
go from that. I mean, I'm sure they just rushed it, but
Well, like with everything,
Yeah.
we'll make it work.
well, at least we
Uh,
have a form and a check.
Yeah, exactly. So they want this, they want to put the stone in by the 14th, you said, of December?
Well, that's a moving target. Did you lose me? No, I'm here. Okay.
No?
That's
Okay.
a movable target. We'll just make sure we've got all our ducks lined up.
Okay,
Oh, Alan, this is a question.
yes, Lee.
Does that imply that there will be no inurnment, that it'll simply be a plot with a stone on it?
A memorial plot. I don't know. I have to look through my emails and see if they were thinking of inurning Lee or one of them.
Mhm. All right, well, I've got his phone numbers on the form that he sent to Hannah. So I'll give him a call. I have both a local number and a Quincy number, and I'll see if I can contact him about the lot and what his plans are and whether he's going to put anything in the ground or not, or if it's just a memorial.
And can we vote on this approval of this design at this stage of proceedings?
Oh, good point. Yes. So we have before us an application for a monument of stone at Pulpus on a lot to be determined, possibly E20. And it fits the size requirement that's 12 by 24. It does have the 3 names and the dates and all that sort of thing. So I would look for a motion to approve that stone, or that monument, I should call it.
I'll move to approve it.
Okay, is there a second?
I second it.
Okay, so we have motion or second. Discussion on the motion.
Alan, who seconded? Was that Barbara?
Barb, I'm sorry, it's Fran.
Okay.
Where was I?
Yeah,
Discussion.
it's weird, but as long as the paperwork is caught up, I'd be willing to vote aye.
Right. Now, of course, we should probably also do a lot approval too. If he's requested E, I mean, this is all very strange.
Yeah.
But we, so we don't get in trouble as far as the lot approval. We do have an application for, let me get the right one here. We have a lot application for Mr. Phillips, William Higby Phillips. And we're talking about lot E10. No, I'm
20.
sorry, E20.
20.
Yeah, E20. And I show on my records that E20 is an available lot. So again, I would entertain a motion to approve the lot application for Mr. Phillips for E20.
I'll move that.
Okay, Scotty, and is there a second?
Barbara will second it.
Okay, Barbara seconds that one. All in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call. Okay. Scotty,
Aye.
Fran,
Aye.
Barbara,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. Okay, so we have a lot approval. Oh, wait a minute, I have another message here. Hold on just a moment. Town clerk.
Hannah's saying, if he decides he doesn't want that lot, will you need to revote?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. We will. If he doesn't, if for some reason, where he's already indicated that somehow he knew that lot was there.
I think that we're doing them a bit of a favor right now. And if they say, I want E21 or maybe E22, I think we'll just wait till we go through the right process.
Exactly.
And meet them and show
Well-
them and know exactly what they want. And we would do
Exactly.
it at the next meeting.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that at our January meeting if in the event that what we've approved doesn't work out. All right.
Hey, since we're, is this an appropriate time to vote on 3 more headstones?
Sure.
Since we're kind of feeling it?
No, I definitely, anything we need to vote on rather than waiting for another month till we meet again. So, yeah. So what have you got for us, Scotty?
This is a 12 by 18
Mhm.
for Giovanna LaPaglia.
Yes.
This is what her stone will look like in the 12 by 18. That has her signature,
Mhm.
the date, and a phrase in French.
Yes.
Okay, now I printed these all on the back of the form, okay, that's filled out. So Hannah, I'll get you this somehow. Email.
Right.
And they are in D9.
D9, right. Got it.
And so I would move that we approve this one.
Great. Is there a second? We have a motion. Is there a
Barbara
second?
will second it.
Barbara, and roll call, Scotty,
Aye.
Fran,
Hi,
Barbara,
Aye.
Lee,
Ellen, I need some more information. D9 for whom?
this is Giovanna LaPaglia.
Who's it
Le-
for?
Giovanna, Giovanna, and the last name is Lapaglia. And I'll write that in the chat if you want.
Okay, this isn't Paul LaPaglia, is it?
yes,
Yeah,
Yes, his wife.
It's his wife.
His wife, what's her name?
Giovanna.
I'm having trouble hearing.
I just texted it to you, Lee.
Barbara, what was that?
It's in the text.
Yeah, Barbara just texted her name, the spelling and so on.
In the chat.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that's one down. Is there another one there, Scotty?
2 down, 2 of 4. Here's
2
the
of
one.
4.
This is for 2 people on a 1
Oh.
by 2.
Yep.
And these people are still with us. Their last name is Hall, and they
Yes.
are in F24.
Wait a minute. I have a different name in F24. I do remember the halls. I have them in F20.
Okay. I'm going to skip this one then because I want this to be correct.
Okay, yeah, that's Hannah, if you're tuned in, would you check on lot F20 and verify that Val and Bob Hall are the owners of that lot? So,
We can skip to the next one if you want.
okay, yeah, let's do the next one. Oh, Joe
This is another,
McLaughlin.
1 by 2 for 2 people. And this
Yeah.
is for Joe McLaughlin, Rhoda's
Right.
husband.
Yeah.
And the lot for that, according to Alan Reinhardt, is F9.
F9, yes. Even though Rhoda said, anyway, that was a whole different experience. Okay, so Rhoda Weinman's husband, Joe McLaughlin, is going to be buried in lot F9. And so Scotty has made a motion to approve the stone for that. Is there a second?
I second it, Fran.
Okay, Fran seconds. Roll call. Okay, Scotty,
Yes.
aye. Fran,
I,
Barbara,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and chair votes aye.
By the way, did we vote on the holes?
Not yet.
So the Halls, Hannah's just telling me that she has it on record that the Halls own F24. No, she's saying no now,
Oh, good.
smiling,
that's one.
and it's F20. It's actually
Oh.
what you had, Alan.
Like I said.
Okay, so I think we'll wait till the next meeting to approve Hall. So 3 out
Well-
of 4 is all right.
You know, we know, we're in agreement that it is lot F20.
Do you want to approve it for F20?
Well, that's their lot, so.
Okay, let's do that. I'll
Okay.
change the number. Maybe they just have it wrong written down.
Now, what number did they write down?
24.
Yeah, no, I know who's in that one too, and that definitely is
Okay, well, I've changed the form here to F20.
F20, okay.
It's a 1x2
Yep,
with 2 names. Both of them, they're teachers. One's a teacher, one's a biologist. And they're on F20.
F20, great.
Okay,
Okay, so we have a
I
motion,
move to approve that one.
great. Is there a second?
Hang
Second,
on,
Barbara.
Hannah's.
Okay,
Our
Barbara?
mime in the bottom corner is holding us for 1 second. She's typing a message.
Okay. It's got to be a better way.
She's building up anticipation.
I always wondered what that chat thing was at the bottom, so Tom.
Okay, when they applied, they put multiple. The application had F24 and F20 preferred. Okay, so much pressure. So
Well,
they had, when they did their application, they said, we'll take F24 or F20, but we prefer F20. So that's what they've got, and that's what I've just voted on.
okay, great, good. So that's taken care of. And did you have one more?
No, that's 4.
Oh, that's 4? We did 4?
It's quite stressful. No.
Good.
Now we have to vote.
Oh, right. So this is for Val and Bob Hall on lot F20, the stone, the 12 by 18 stone. All in favor? Oh, wait a minute. Let me go down the list here. Scotty,
Aye.
Fran,
I,
Barbara,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
and chair votes aye.
And
Good.
Lee, are you getting the chat? Are you getting all the spelling on the chat?
Sorry, Scott, were you asking me?
Yeah, are you getting the chat?
I am. Could you back up and tell me about William Phillips? What
Okay.
was the spelling of his middle name?
Higby. Was it Higby, Alan?
Yes, it was Higbee and
Okay, I'm going to spell it here for you, Lee. Higby. Is that right, Lee? I mean, Alan?
yeah, Higbie is what I have from the stone.
Okay, and that's what I've got. All right. We're good to go, Alan.
Okay.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we got to approve some things. So the item on the agenda is the process for approval of monument applications and establishing a permanent record. We talked about this at length last month, and it was covered by our very competent secretary in the minutes, the discussion there. I guess what this experience does of these items that we just dealt with, it shows that, well,
I would suggest, Alan, that with Hannah's able assistance, it seems to be working.
Right, it does. And these are certainly unusual circumstances. The fact that we can't get together and meet, or, even pass papers back and forth, between meetings and stuff is a challenge, just put it that way. All right, so anyway, just to review the process, then what happens is if someone wants to purchase a burial lot in a town cemetery, they come to the cemetery commission. The only lots that we have available for sale are at Pulpus Cemetery. So unless they can demonstrate that they have ownership in one of the other cemeteries, as for example, in
Mr. Folks.
well, yeah, I was thinking of the folks and
Not Van Leer.
the Van Loos, the most recent one, and that sort of thing. The process is that they come to the cemetery commission. If they already own a lot, we verify the ownership of the lot, and then we, if they don't already have a lot, then I'll meet with them out at Pulpus Cemetery. They'll choose a lot. They'll fill out the application. They send the application with a check to Hannah at the DPW, or if they give it to me, I will get the check and the application to Hannah, and then we will approve it at the next meeting that we have after that. Now, as far as the stones and so on, I guess that the first contact would probably be Scotty, because I think everybody knows that's where the stones, or that's the where, if they're getting a stone locally, that's where they would go. So we communicate. Scotty's been very good about communicating this. All right, so I guess,
Train of thought, Alan.
yeah.
Hannah just texted that the check shouldn't be coming in until after the approval.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, good. Okay. All right. Well, we'll do that, and they can send the check. If they mail it, attention to Hannah Nicole at the DPW at 188 whatever. Okay, so once the approval is done, then if they, okay, that's how they'll get the check there.
Alan, these that we're talking about, this approval, this is not part of our bylaws, or this is just internal, right? We don't
Yeah,
have-
right. Yes.
Are we printing this anywhere for people?
No, no, I'm thinking we need a copy of, yeah, this would be a good idea. Let me write that down.
Because one of my questions is that, we're saying approach Scotty, Scotty may not want to be on the cemetery commission his whole life. And should we,
Literally, Barbara.
I'm just saying, if we're writing a procedure, we should write it generically enough, unless
Yeah.
this is something we revisit every time
Yeah.
there's a commissioner change or whatever.
Exactly.
From the last meeting that we learned that everything should go through Hannah.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
if someone wants a headstone and there's no Neil Patterson or there's no anything, the town can lead them in that direction.
Good,
Correct.
that's how it should be written
No.
then.
Yeah, that's what I learned at the last meeting. I've got it written down.
Okay, good.
One other piece of process,
Hmm.
and that is asking for interment. That needs to be written down too. When people have remains to inter, they have to notify us that they want to do it.
Oh, true. Exactly. That's a good point. So that we can arrange for the burial of whatever it is they're going to bury. Okay, so I think between the minutes of our last meeting, the November meeting, and our discussion today, what I'll do is draft a, I'll do a draft of the procedure as we just discussed it. And I'll circulate that as soon as I get it before our January meeting, so we can maybe revise it back and forth or whatever, you know.
Alan,
then,
did we
yes.
do a flow chart at some stage on this process?
I don't remember a flow chart. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? So, right, procedure for. So we have three things that we need a procedure for: the lot, the sale of the lot. That's one procedure. Then there's a procedure for the monuments. And then there's a final form that we have, the procedure for the inurnment. Okay.
Can I just say something again? Sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
The number one in the procedure was they come to the cemetery commission. However, I go back to what we learned last meeting, is that it's the cemetery commission or Hannah, right? The town office.
Yes.
Like it all goes through Hannah.
Yeah.
Something needs to be said about that to make it easy for somebody to, like, how do you find the cemetery commission to ask them? You have to go to Hannah.
Okay.
Hannah
Yeah, I'll include that's the step number one. Contact Hannah at the DPW for whatever their needs are, and then Hannah can direct people if they want to take a look at a lot. Hannah can contact me, or have them contact me, just so there is a central point there of contact.
So, and just Hannah, just text, instead of Hannah specifically, just keep it general, DPW admin,
Okay.
step one.
DPW. Okay, DPW administration. Okay, will be step number one then. It would be the main contact point. Now, the reality is that when people want, I think all the cemetery lot sales have come directly. I'm just trying to think if I don't think anyone has contacted TPW.
No.
All right. Well, anyway, Lee.
Everyone's on to you.
Yeah. Yeah, probably because they know that I'm, somehow they've asked somebody and they know that I'm on the cemetery commission, so they call me, which is,
Well, I got a question yesterday, actually, from somebody asking, how does one acquire a plot in a town cemetery?
Yeah.
So it would be really good to have this in writing. So when any member of the commission that gets that query can say, I'll email you the document.
right.
So Hannah's just texting in. I think we have to train ourselves, because right now for me, it's easy to say, oh, hey, call Alan. He knows what's happening. But Hannah's saying, and that's good, but if they have questions, contact DPW admin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everything goes through DPW admin.
Right.
And we should, next time someone asks me, I know it'd be easy to say call Alan, but I'm going to say DPW admin.
Right.
And we'll just follow that track, because that will train us.
Okay. Yeah. And as I said, I think once we have a written procedure, it's not, well, maybe a policy. No, it's really the procedure. I think first of all, it'd be handy for each of the commissioners to have that, so we don't, so we know what we're doing. And all right, well, as I say, I'll work on a draft. I'll see if I can get it up by the weekend, and I'll circulate it to everyone. Feel free to, if you have any comments or additions or deletions or whatever, and we'll work it out. And at our January 13th meeting, we'll go over the draft, approve the draft, or get an approvable draft, and then we'll we'll have something. We'll make sure everybody has a copy of it, and
Oh, it needs to go up on the website.
oh, that's an idea. I keep forgetting we have a website. Mainly, I guess I just never. I can't remember the last time I checked our. Oh, that's right. It'd be under town committees. All right. So yeah, that's a good idea. We'll get it on our website. That way there's a reference point.
Alan, are you going to put it up on the website, or are you going to ask Hannah?
Well, once we approve it at our January meeting, then we'll convey it to Hannah, and Hannah, I think Hannah has control of the website, right? Because good, because I have no idea how that the website, how stuff gets on there. So good. So yes, we'll make sure Hannah has a copy and make sure that the procedures are clear. Well, this has actually been good. The last two meetings where we spoke at some length about similar issues here, the procedures, the long range goal, and my main concern, of course, is getting a permanent record of this. I'm personally very, not that I'm adverse to computers and all that sort of thing, but recognizing how, well, anyway. All right. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so anything else on item number 2? That's the process for approvals and so on that we've been discussing. Seeing none. Lee?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. Stone at Memorial Stone. Oh, wait a minute. The stone at Maya Comet.
I have communication from Ricky Ramos, if you'd like me to.
Oh, sure.
So I notified him about the fact that it's a very dark rock with dark inscription, and obviously people aren't getting it. So Ricky said, I don't have a problem with changing the stone to a lighter color for better visibility. I think it's a great idea. And I think my father would be on board with that. He was more about recognition of the cemetery itself. If I remember correctly, we put that stone in when the housing project was first finished, along with John Peters, the Massachusetts Commission for Indian Affairs. I believe Neil Patterson did the work. He's the only one we ever used for stone carving. Hopefully this will help you with a decision. Signed, Ricky.
Good. All right, so the issue is the stone is not terribly legible. I photographed the stone for Fran's book on the cemeteries, and I tried it, with the sun at different angles, and that didn't work. So I ended up putting white chalk in where the lettering was, so I could get a photo of the stone with the lettering. And of course, the idea of using chalk is that it would wash out the next rain and so on, which it did or has. So the question is, do we want to repair, well, maybe that isn't the right word. Do we want to enhance the lettering on the existing stone, or do we want to replace it with a different stone?
Eel said that he'd be happy to paint it white. And I don't know if you want to try that first and see how that looks. And if it's just not acceptable or it's just doesn't work, then maybe we could just go do a stone like we've done for the other cemeteries.
Scott, this is Lee. I'm inclined to agree with you on trying to rescue the stone. Augie picked that stone for whatever reason. And so there's a certain heritage to it. Agreed, it's illegible. So maybe a little augmentation with inscribed white paint might do the trick.
And we have a white monument paint at our shop.
Oh, really? Oh, great. Good.
I went and looked at it. I mean, the script is different than ones we've used. I kind of like the script. And again, I'm assuming Augie had some input in that.
Mhm.
If we could make it more legible. I think more importantly, it needs to be not obscured by a bench, but
Okay,
we
well,
can get to that next.
Yeah, that's the next.
The script that was hand carved, as
Yes.
opposed to we use stencils now and we sandblast into it. I'm sure they chiseled it out and
Chiseled it out, right?
handmade.
Yeah.
So it's historical.
Right. All right. Well, let's do that. Let's try the white on the lettering on the existing stone and see how we like that. And that could be the answer here, because there is some history to the stone and the fact that it was put there by Augie and John Peters, all that sort of thing. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Easy enough for me to say, we'll just go ahead, right, Scotty?
Yeah. Well, we can authorize it and then we'll just put it on a schedule to do.
Okay,
You
perfect.
know,
Right.
that's what we want to do, step one.
Yeah, okay. And then if, good. And we'll take it from there. We'll assume that. Now, the other part of that is
We
there's
have a motion on that, shouldn't we?
I'm sorry?
Can we have a motion on that to?
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, let's have a motion then on that. Fran, would you like to make that motion?
Yeah, I move that we have Neil Patterson enhance the engraving on the existing stone at the Myacomet Indian Burial Ground with white monument paint as an interim solution for us to see how it looks.
Okay,
And Fran, I'm happy to second that.
Thank you.
great. Any further discussion? Then let me go down the roll. Scotty,
Aye.
Fran,
Aye.
Barbara,
I,
Lee,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. Good. All right. Well, that now the second part of that is a bench. Apparently, I don't know who installed the bench there, whether it was a DPW or whether how the bench just kind of showed up there. But the bench is obscuring the stone. They put the bench right in front of the stone, so
And it says that it's in loving memory of Edward A. Woolley, who loved to greet those he passed on this bike path. That's
Yeah.
what it says.
Yeah, as I say, I have no idea how that bench got there, whether it was the DPW put it there or whether they did it privately or they just sort of stuck it there, or how that worked. I'll check with Hannah and have Hannah check with Rob and see if see if they know anything about the placement of that bench there. And I don't remember how it was attached, or if it was attached to the ground, or if it was just set on the grass there. Unfortunately, I should have noticed that. Anyway, I'll double check and see. But
But you're
if it's,
getting a chat message from Hannah.
Oh, really? Okay, let me see here. Um,
If there is a plaque on it, they would have had approval.
oh, there, okay, yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll leave that, Hannah, if you would check that out, see if you can figure out, who placed the bench there, or, how that
And,
came about.
and I
And
think
then-
if it is, Alan, I think if it is something that can be moved, if it isn't attached,
Yeah, we'll just
I
pick
mean,
it up.
it's really only a matter of moving it a few
Exactly,
feet.
Well,
exactly.
frankly, I think it's more than that. I don't think it should be at that site at all. I think we need another site on the bike path. And I think as the cemetery commission, since we were not asked to approve it, and if we had been asked, we would have denied that place. I think we have every right to insist that it be moved to a different site.
Right,
It's
right,
not just that it obscures the site. I mean, that is a significant site.
exactly,
Other people's memorials should not be there at all.
exactly. Yeah,
And
exactly.
there is, besides that, there's been a tree planted there, which is also a memorial. And that has a plaque as well. And that one the plaque has been torn off and is lying on the ground. And that is in celebration of Wendy Nicholson Bailey for her love of the island's mystical moors, 1969 to 2006, Caucasian elm, Latin name, Department of Public Works 2018. And we weren't approached about that either. Now the tree is there and it's planted. The plaque has been torn off and is lying on the ground. And frankly, my feeling is can't move the tree, but the plaque needs to go because nobody should be memorialized at that site except
Except for the, exactly.
The only problem you might come across is that if they got approval from the town to put that plaque there. Because I've done a few plaques for trees, but in granite, and there's a form for that I had to do through Erica. So I don't know
And,
about that.
and I'm assuming that it was approved by someone and,
They failed to
It-
ask us.
but it may not be on our, it's not, might not be, it's more maybe the bike path than the cemetery could get a little bit tricky.
That's right. We were going to figure out exactly where the town cemetery begins.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
All right.
that's key.
Okay, I'll take a look on the GIS charts and see if it shows up. Okay, my comment.
This doesn't appear to be I don't know what kind of plaque it is, but it was easily torn. It's been torn and broken, so it's not much of a plaque.
Yeah, it looked very temporary in the photograph. So, all right, well, we'll see if we can find out where those came from. And I think Hannah will be the main source there. She can check with Rob or Mo and see if anybody ever applied for permission to do that or what. Okay, anything else on my comment? I just realized that Ken has been hanging here for the whole meeting. I assume for Pulpus.
Oh, let's move that forward then.
Yeah, Ken, are you tuned in?
I am, Alan.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting. I should have thought of this earlier. We could have put you on.
I'm learning.
Me too.
I have restarted the dialogue with Rick Bodett in terms of trying to figure out a solution relative to this. And we're working cooperatively to do it. What we talked about was the fact is what they would like to see is sort of a layout of the new lots on Pulpus, which is your item on the item 7 on the agenda.
Yes. Mhm.
then what they would like to, what I talked to Rick about was that I would like to have you and I get together and do a sketch of what we would be able to give them so that we solve the problem with respect to the encroachment of the barn. And then
Mark,
where
Weldon just called. Oh,
yeah.
I gotta
Can
turn
you
this
all
off.
hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome.
All right, there we go.
I
Sorry
was
about that. I
enjoying the
did not mean to
mime.
interrupt. Please continue.
Okay, sorry, Ken.
Right, and then to have us take a look at the area that makes sense for us to be able to talk about giving to them, to be able to do the swap with respect, so that we solve the problem. The question that I had, and because I couldn't find the answer in my files, was whether or not there needed to be either town or state approval to do the swap. I know that there's an issue with respect to value of the properties separate and apart from size of the parcels. But I didn't know whether or not there was also a requirement that we had to get either official town approval or state approval to be able to do a swap with respect to a cemetery parcel. And
I may be able to help, Ken. Ken, I may be able to help. As far as I know, Select Board approved the swap and it went up to the state and very quickly was approved at the state because the cemetery, of course, is a conservation land.
Right, okay, so if you could find that, forward whatever documentation you have on that for me, that would be really,
I think you need to go back to Andrew.
okay, all right, I'll search it down. But anyway, that's where it is. So we tried to get in, Rick and I have been trying to get together through COVID, but we finally got a chance over the last week to 10 days to talk about figuring out a way to be able to solve this in a way that creates a win-win for both parties. So that, and the thing is that both of us think that that it's possible to do that. So can you hang on just a second? Eleanor, I'll have to call you right back, okay? No, he's not. Try him on his cell. Thanks. That's what I wanted to report, because I think that the Rick is suggesting that time has been a bit of a healer, and the hostility that was there before. Perhaps there's a way that he and I can come up with a solution to create a solution that works for both of us. So that's my report at this point in time.
Good. All right. Well, my recollection is that I'm sure that there was an approval for the swap. And I'm even thinking it went to town meeting to get approval to do it. Now, the problem was we never had an agreement as to the size of the lots that we were going to be switching. And that's where the rub came in.
Yeah.
Well, there was another rub. They didn't want to pay the land back fee.
Well, that was a secondary consideration. They didn't want to pay
that's something that I can figure out a solution to.
Yeah,
If necessary. But what I want to do is I want to be able to come up with something that we as a cemetery commission are comfortable with, and that I can get Rick to be comfortable with, to have him make his clients agree to go forward with it. So that's where it is. And so what I want to do is when you get a chance, depending on what happens over the holidays and stuff, Alan, just to get together with you, go over the map of where the plots are going to be, but also a sense of where the land might be, because then I want to get in touch with an appraiser who's going to give us a sense of the value, of how we can come up with a value that's equal, simply because of the different locations of the two parts and what it gives to them as opposed to what it does for us.
Exactly. Yeah. One of the other issues involved here, Ken, is the fact that since we've had these discussions and they are well aware of the encroachment, they have subsequently planted those trees and bushes and grasses on our property. And they haven't removed their firewood and, all
Yeah,
the.
I've raised those with Rick, and I said, stop having your clients piss us off. Pardon my French.
Okay, so, all right, well, good. So we'll see what comes out of this, but as you know, we've already decided that we can use the land toward the house, for burial plots and so on. So,
Yeah.
all right, well, good.
So give
Good.
me a call next week, and we'll see if we can't find a half an hour for you and I to sit down, socially distanced, but close enough to be 6 feet apart so that we can see face to face and have some pieces of paper in front of us that make sense.
Okay, sounds good.
Ball's in your court.
Great, thank you.
All right.
I'll follow up on that, Ken. All right.
And I have a request for Hannah. Hannah, could you just add me to automatically invite me to the Zoom meetings of the Cemetery Commission? The problem is that I keep trying to try and find them. And today I ended up having to go down to Erica's office and ask her to track it out in order to be able to get me into the meeting. So.
Sure.
Yes, absolutely, Ken, I can do that. And then if ever it doesn't get to you, which it won't from here on out, you can always just call my line directly, the 7244 extension 0,
Okay.
and I can get it to you right away.
Okay, terrific. I am going to bail out now.
Great. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Sounds like progress.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm skeptical.
And
Really?
now that I have a voice, if we could go right back to the plaque conversation just really quickly.
Sure.
And I apologize for the chat. My microphone wasn't working, and 2, my building at home is testing the fire alarms, and it's a commercial building, so it's quite loud. But the plaques, yes, someone can have a plaque on a tree and or bench, or have a brand new bench built. That approval process goes through town administration. Libby is the final deciding factor on those applications, and then they come to the DPW. The bench, the plaque is all purchased by the patron, and then is either put up by the DPW. So I'll have to look back on both of those. But if those were both approved, those are approved and do stand.
Oh, okay, good. Well, yeah, as soon as you find out, let me know, and we'll proceed from there. I'll put it on the agenda for next month. But yeah, we definitely want to see where those approvals, if there were approvals, where they came from, and so on. So good.
We
Yeah.
really don't
And
want
if
to
you-
let, oh, excuse me.
No, that's okay. Alan, just quickly, if you could send me an email after this that includes both their names and the plaques in question, I can do that quite easily.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, Frank, go ahead.
Well, I was
Okay.
gonna say, we don't want to get into trouble with the Bureau of Indian Affairs, or the Commissioner of Indian Affairs. Okay, the tree was for Wendy Nicholson Bailey. Okay, Wendy
Can
Nicholson.
you type it, Fran, type it so
Okay, let me.
Hannah
see if
can
I
see
got
it.
Chat. And then, okay, so I type Wendy Nicholson Bailey is the tree. And just a minute here, and I'll get you. And Edward Woolley. Yeah, Edward Woolley is the bench. Okay, did you get it?
Great.
Yeah,
Good.
that's perfect. Perfect. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Great. Okay. Let's see, back to the agenda. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just finish up on number 7, the Pulpa Cemetery. Um, I guess we really have done that. As far as the layout of additional lots, that's a whole other discussion, I think. So, okay, let's go back to number 5 then. An update on the Quays boulder, the location and signage. I left several messages for Cormac Collier at the Conservation Foundation explaining what we want to do as far as the small sign saying cemetery in the 2 parking lots as you go up Alter Rock Road. And the DPW would put a sign out at out in the roadway itself for Alter Rock with probably a historic cemetery sign out there. So anyway, as I say, I haven't heard back from Cormac yet to see whether he has any objection to putting a cemetery sign in the parking lot. I think it's important to have that there because we don't want to send people all the way up to Alter Rock looking for the cemetery. So that's why we need a small, cemetery sign in each of those parking areas where with maybe an arrow to where the path is. As far as the placement of the stone, I think did I send out some pictures? I was up there a week ago.
Oh,
I-
not me.
You
Oh,
sent
really?
something out. You did send, I don't remember a picture, but you did send a picture of something, where you wanted to place it, I think.
Okay, yeah, right. What I did is I had my trail app on and I walked around the whole perimeter of the cemetery.
That was, you texted it to me and I accidentally deleted it before I saved it. So
Scotty's got it.
I'd asked you if you'd send it, if somebody would send it to me again.
All right.
Scotty has it up.
Hang
So
on.
that's the boulder that's there.
Yes. Yeah, that's the one that's there.
Mhm.
And I also photographed the corners. Those corner bounds are in. They're concrete bounds with a little dot in the center of them and so on. So I photographed those as well. And I took another photograph of the stone on the old Popus Road side on the north side of the cemetery. So all right. So as soon as I hear from Cormac, then we'll commence with that project, getting signs there. Now, the other question is the boulder. Do we have an update, Scotty, on the
So
boulder?
when you say boulder, you mean
Here's the
headstone?
monument.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. The stone.
Monument.
We have been working on fabricating that, and it is not finished yet, but it's just part of our process.
Okay. Well, there's no urgency,
Yeah,
obviously.
no, but Fran, I'm going with the latest proof that that we had agreed on, where I made the adjustments, and
Well, what adjustment was that?
I changed the spelling of among, and
Right.
there's just a
Oh,
couple of things.
that was
way
quite
back.
a while ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, way back. And
Okay.
so yeah, we're just going ahead to doing that, and when it's done, it'll be done, given the weather and all the rest of it. But
Right.
it's going ahead.
Mhm.
Good.
We were sort of hoping to get some press coverage when we,
Yeah, and I would feel I'd need to give you a good heads up on that before we just finish it and go put it in. And
Right.
that's another question, is like, we need to agree on that spot.
Right. 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 If you haven't been out to the cemetery, go take a look at it. What I did is I walked around the whole interior of the cemetery and then down from the stone and so on. And it seemed as though on the upper or northern side of the cemetery, sort of across from the stone, I think I was estimating maybe 10 or 12 feet in from that north property bound. There's sort of a rise there. So as people approach the cemetery, the first thing they'll see is the boulder that has the name Quays Asylum Burial Ground. And then they'll see the
Monument,
the monument.
good.
So anyway, I guess we're not ready to put that in yet, but
Not yet.
Hmm.
X has to mark the spot. It's a field trip.
yeah, there we go. Maybe what I'll do next time I'm out that way, I'll put see if I have a flag or something I can, stick in the ground there or something, but
And then we can, yeah, that's a good idea, because then we can look at it and not have to have an open meeting law violation. We can just go out on
Yeah.
our own.
yeah, great. Okay. We'll do that. It should, I think it was pretty obvious. I mean, that was as I walked around the whole cemetery, that was definitely the place where it was sort of central. It was up because that's the higher ground at that part of the cemetery and so on. So that seemed to be, the best location for it. So
Let us know when you've marked it. And as soon as we know you've marked it, we will individually go out and have a look so that we can be in agreement about it.
okay. I'll put it on my list to do tomorrow. I'll see if I can get out there tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Unfortunately, I didn't have anything to stick in the ground when I was out there last week. Let's see. Mark location of Quays Stone. Okay. Anything else on the Quays Stone? The arbor at Historic Colored Cemetery.
So Neil's field crew have just come off one of their jobs. So we've got a nice window to put this in. So I would imagine within a week, we can do that.
Okay, so you have approval from,
No, we're just doing it.
oh, well, yeah, right. No, I think we approved it. We, it's a
Yeah,
commission.
all right. Yeah. I don't have payment authorization or anything like that, but we're fine with that.
Okay, yeah. And that's another item. I think it's important, particularly for you, Scotty, because you deal with a lot of the stuff that needs to be paid for. And I still have the bulb, the receipt for the bulbs and stuff.
Right. Yeah,
So I'll get those. My plan is to get my receipts to Hannah so she can start whatever that process is to, for the bulbs. And good. Okay. Anything else on the arbor? What about the placement? Do you know where you want to put those?
So when we were doing the daffodils,
Yes,
we were looking at the entrance at the end
Right.
of the pathway.
correct.
And so the posts on either side at the end of that pathway, as you go in through. to
Right.
the-
As you go into the cemetery itself, so they should be on the cemetery property.
Yeah.
And then, okay, yeah, that's perfect on either side. And then any vegetation we can deal with, whatever. So good. All right. Well, that should be exciting. I can't wait till spring when we see the daffodils and those 1,000 bulbs that we put in. I did get from Hannah a copy of the agreement we had as far as the daffodils and so on. And it did specify that it was 4 daffodils at, it mentioned in the letter 3 cemeteries. So we've done 2 cemeteries. So we still have, should be $650 or 600 and somewhere in that ballpark remaining on that grant once the bulbs have been paid for. And so I'm going on the assumption that we can put in more bulbs next year. Yes. Okay. So anything else on the Historic Colored Cemetery? How about commissioner comments? Any old, new, other business? Scott?
Randy,
I have an item.
Yeah.
Last March, my relatives were planning to celebrate one of my niece's birthdays by joining in that island cleanup business. But then before that could happen, there was the shutdown, so it never happened. But the birthday girl herself is here for the month of December, and she has volunteered to join me in doing what we had planned to do, which is to do a cleanup of the margins of the Quaker Cemetery, to clean up whatever trash there is around the edges of the Quaker Cemetery.
Right.
And the date we would do that would be weather dependent. We'd choose a good day to do it. I have a grabber for reaching in and pulling stuff out, but I was wondering about one, some bags to put the trash in, and two, if we can arrange for the DPW for a collection spot for the bags of trash, so that we could collect the trash, put it in bags, and put it in a designated spot to be collected.
Well, I would say I have bags. I have large plastic bags that I use to collect trash in during
Okay,
my jobs. So I can provide, I'm sure that there wouldn't be more than a bag or two. And as far as getting it to the DPW or to the landfill, I can certainly take that on too, because I'm out that way usually at least once a week. So,
okay, great.
Well, and also let me double check with Rob, because we do a pickup for the clean team,
right,
which in summer that happens every Saturday morning.
right.
So I don't see why that would be an issue. Again, I'll have to follow up and double check, make sure that's okay. But I don't see why that would be a problem. And if we can do it, Alan, I'd prefer us to do it than you have to do it.
Okay, fine.
Oh, okay. Although, it's not a big deal for, as far as getting the trash out there. Good. All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much trash there is there. Fran, if you let me know, I also have one of those picker things to pick things out of the bushes and so on. So let me know when you're going to go out there, and maybe depending, I can either bring the bags at that time or I can drop them off at your house prior to that.
No, she suggested this weekend, but I think it may be
Alan and Fran, which cemetery are we talking about?
the Quaker Cemetery.
Quaker, right?
Which one?
Quaker.
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 Yes. Okay, so good. Fran, give me a call.
I'll be in touch.
Okay, great. We still don't have a ramp
At the hospital.
at the hospital. The last time I spoke with Jason, and of course that is probably a couple of weeks ago, he said that it's on their list and so on. I haven't contacted him since then, because I know he's been busy with all the COVID stuff at the hospital. So I will definitely follow up and remind him that we're looking forward to being able to get a wheelchair up into the cemetery. So good. Okay, is there anything else to come before the commission this afternoon?
Anna, can we add to the form for the headstone application the lot owner name? Is that possible?
I can certainly look into that. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 'cause I feel that's one thing that's missing.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I might have to get that approved through a few different people.
That's all right.
I know with our permits, it is hard to change, but I don't see why we couldn't do that. I can definitely look into that. That's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah. We could actually just hand her a line or something under there for.
Yeah, or I'll just write it on the bottom, but unless I print where is it? Unless I print the stone on the back, we're just going by lot number
Oh, I see.
as to who it is.
Oh, good.
So we could
Yeah,
go
I think
number and slash and name.
And that
That's a
might
great
help
idea.
us to have not the confusion that we had with 20 or
Yeah, 20 and
24.
24, yeah.
Yeah, if the
Right.
name is there.
Good.
Right,
Good.
right.
Anything to reduce the confusion is a good thing. So
Always good.
always good. So, okay, is there anything else to come before the commission this afternoon? Seeing none, I declare we are at the end of our agenda and that the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
So thank you all for your indulgence. Again, I think it was
See
a
you all.
productive meeting. And I'll get that draft of the procedures out to you as soon as I can.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great
Bye-bye.
night. I'm sorry about
Happy
the-
holidays.
You
Yes.
too. Oh, that's
Hey,
right.
Anna.
Yeah, we won't meet until next year.
Oh,
In
Anna,
the
were you
agenda, it said we were
handballs?
going to meet in January 2020, but
Yeah,
it's
I
2020.
know. It's one of the,
We don't want any more 2020, Alan. No more.
no, I know. Yeah, I did that, didn't I? Yeah. Well, I did change the January 13th date or whatever the other. See, what I do is anyway, so good. I will read more carefully before I push send. Great. All right. Thanks again.
Yeah.
all right.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.